This is no longer a world of men. We cower behind flimsy walls and struggle for survival while monsters roam the land. To them, we are just another animal to be hunted, enslaved, or corrupted. But it was not always so. Gather round, young warriors. Let me tell you of a time when our people were great. A time before the rule of fear and darkness. 1,000 years ago, mankind came to the lands of Scath. We arrived in a great fleet, hundreds of ships from the cold north. Our ancestors laid claim to the land, building villages and cities, creating 3 great kingdoms. But all was not well. The Pale Ones, cold-hearted beings from the ancient times, watched humanity's rise with envy and hatred. A terrible war began, a war which lasted 100 years. In the end, our heroes triumphed, the Pale Ones and their dark Queen of Ravens scattering and banished. Now, with the peace returning, our ancestors thrived. Tara was built, the great city upon the hill, seat of the High King who ruled over all men. Golden times, but they should not last. Out of the darkness came the overlords, mysterious beings of dark power, masters to legions of monsters, more terrible than anything mankind had ever seen. The High King mustered his armies and fought valiantly to save his people. But the overlords and their fell masters, the Fomori, could not be stopped. Thus humanity fell. Now, 200 years later, the world is a dark place. The overlords rule unchallenged, their monsters roaming the lands. The shadow of fear holds the world in its icy grip. But heed my words, all is not lost. A small, flickering light appears, challenging the darkness. The spirits of nature have not abandoned us. There are those among us who were chosen. They return from the wilderness changed, filled with an ancient elemental power. I have seen the future, the task that lies before them. Unite humanity, challenge the overlords, and bring freedom to our world. Destroy the shadow of the Fomori.
Hi everyone, my name is Alex and I'm the creator of Scath, Shadow of the Fomori. I'm an RPG and fantasy enthusiast from Austria with about 15 years of gaming experience. During these 15 years, I've been creating rule systems and worlds for my friends to play in. Scath, Shadow of the Fomori is the last of these solo projects of mine. I would like to share with all of you out there this world and some of the thoughts and ideas that stand behind it. This project was heavily inspired by Celtic mythology, and those of you familiar with that sort of mythology will find many names that are known to them in this book. Characters like the Morrigan, the Dagda or Baelor play a very important role in the world of Scath. Other influences come from the books of my favorite fantasy masters, authors like Stephen Erickson, David Gemmell and Brandon Sanderson. If you look closely enough, you will find quite a bit of influence from their work in my book. With Scath, I wanted to create a dark fantasy world ruled not by humanity, but by ancient, alien powers. Humans in Scath are on the edge of extinction, cast back into an early Bronze Age by a great war that wiped out all the kingdoms of old. They hide in small villages, struggling for survival against the many monsters and other supernatural dangers that roam the wilderness. 200 years of oppression, fear, and isolation have nearly broken the spirit of humanity. But there is still hope. This is where the player characters come in. These characters have been lifted from their lives of powerlessness and fear by the 8 ancient elemental spirits that have gifted them great powers, molding their bodies into weapons to destroy the evil powers that are threatening their world. These new chosen ones are few in number, and their task is a difficult one. Along their journey, they will not only have to battle terrible monsters and search for unlikely allies, they will also have to bring back hope to the nearly broken spirit of humanity. All the while, they will be adapting to the changes within their own bodies, brought forth by the very power now coursing through their veins. The power of the 8 comes at a price. How much of their own humanity will the chosen ones be willing to sacrifice to save the world? Lastly, the players and their characters will have to delve deep into the mysteries of the past, trying to discover what really happened all those years ago. Where do the overlords come from? What do they truly want? Nobody knows. The world of Scath is far, far more ancient than humankind assumes, and only armed with the secrets of this long-forgotten past do the player characters stand a chance to fulfill their quest and defeat the Fomori. If all of this sounds right up your alley, then join me in bringing the world of Scath to life and casting light into the depths of its darkness. I really enjoyed this system, and I hope that you have as much fun playing in it as I had creating it. I can't wait to hear what you guys think and what adventures you will have. Thank you everyone for your support. I'll see you in the world of Scath, Shadow of the Fomori.